Do you have any haters?
Our social life is not that good, to be honest.
Let's be a little bit humble.
Yeah, everyone want to bring next billion users.
Currently, my wife, my brother, and my mother has Clave.
This is like probably the best moment that I will have today.
Oh my God.
Okay, I hope my dad does not watch it.
Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing great. This is Daria and I'm happy to introduce you to two guests for today's interview, Baki and Rafi from Clave. They both are co-founders. Baki is the head of product and Rafi is the head of development. Today, Baki and Rafi will tell about building a crypto startup during the bear market, raising investments from the top companies and VC funds, getting the first 1,000 users, ETHDenver insights, and the future of DeFi. So, we are all looking forward to listening to you guys.
Hey Daria, thanks for the invite.
Yeah, thank you for joining, and please tell a little bit about your backgrounds, about your careers, and how did you come to blockchain field?
As Daria mentioned, I am Baki. I am one of the co-founders of the Clave, and I'm currently leading the product side. So before Clave, I have actually an engineering background, and I have worked more than 10 years in the corporate companies, and I had another startup adventure before Clave. I'm actually electric and electronic engineer. Before, I have worked on system design, product development, technical product management, and also I have completed my master degree in artificial intelligence back in the days. And I'm in the crypto space like more than 5 years, and DeFi was actually my attracting point to crypto. I have started as a hobby researcher, started my own newsletter, then one thing led to another, and I found myself in the crypto space building Clave with an amazing team.
I also have an engineering background, but my work experience is around 6 years now. I'm a bit younger than Baki, and you can tell it by looking at my face. Sorry, Baki. And yeah, so I'm a civil engineer, but always have been passionate about the development. And that's why I'm leading the development side, whereas Baki is leading the product side. That's what I'm doing at Clave. And I am really grateful to work with this amazing company, including Baki and the rest.
Yeah, thank you very much. So what is Clave?
Yeah, it's a great question. And as a product person, I can give you a higher overview. And maybe Rafi can talk about the account abstraction stuff and technical stuff in the later section. So Clave is actually a crypto wallet, but we are considering it as a fintech application on blockchain. The reason for that is we actually did amazing improvement on user onboarding by using passkeys. And also we bring programmability on the Clave account so that we are actually providing a user experience just like in the fintech ecosystem or traditional finance. User can create an account with just one click, and they will use their mobile phone's hardware level security while doing that. And they will just create an account with their biometric authentication. So which means that we are getting rid of the seed phrases. Everything is handled by the device's hardware level. So it's also 100% self-custodial, and it's super easy for everyone because we all know that seed phrases and private keys is kind of a burden to user because you need to keep it safe. It's not a familiar behavior for the user, etc. And on top of that, we are using account abstraction. So we are actually providing user many programmability and customizable features. They can pay gas fees with any token. They can add guardian their friends. They can assign session keys, etc., etc. So it's actually more about the onboarding user in a perfect way and then provide them a customization. And Clave is currently working on the ZKsync era. It's a layer 2 on Ethereum. And we are actually currently on the closed testing sessions, and we are planning to launch in the next months.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. So in simple words, Clave is the wallet that you can pay in crypto for everything you need.
Yeah. Definitely.
What is account abstraction and how does it work in Clave?
Yeah, I can answer that. So account abstraction is a topic that the Ethereum community was discussing for a long time now. So there are two types of accounts in Ethereum. One of them is externally owned accounts, aka EOAs. And the second one is basically smart contracts that are deployed on top of chain. So like usually the accounts are made out of EOAs currently. So if you're using a browser wallet, it's 99% an externally owned account, which means that you do have your private keys and public keys. The private key can sign a message, and then public key can basically like within the public key on the ECDSA signature curve, the validator can basically verify the message. Smart contract accounts, on the other hand, can hold some codes inside of them that can be executed externally, which are also immutable, as you all know. And within these immutable codes, you can basically integrate any algorithm you want inside the smart contract. So if we can basically enhance the smart contracts, so code blocks on top of accounts, we can create programmable accounts and also bring as much as possibilities on top of the accounts that we have today in the traditional finance. So within the account abstraction, what we have done is our first improvement on top of account abstraction was actually Ethereum improvement proposal 7212. We have proposed this improvement a while back, and now it is accepted as a roll-up improvement proposal. And what EIP 7212 brings to blockchain is, so as I mentioned, the EOAs are currently on top of Ethereum. The EOAs are actually being validated on ECDSA signatures. Thanks to EIP 7212, we can verify P256 curve signatures, which is widely used by mobile devices or even like mostly our browsers that you can see in WebAuthn or passkeys or secure enclave and stuff. So so we said like if we can verify P256 signatures on top of blockchain, we can basically use any device as an account holder on top of blockchain. That's how we coded the smart contract account of ourselves and then proposed the EIP. Now the EIP is being integrated on top of most layer 2s. And thanks to that, we can basically bring your mobile device itself into a smart contract account, and you do not have a private key or a seed phrase that you need to keep, but the device actually does it for yourselves in the isolated hardware process.
I know that Ethereum invested a lot of money to account abstraction startups, and your startup was one of them. And you start your journey from Ethereum Global Hackathon. So can you tell a little bit more about this part of your startup life?
I think, Rafi, you should describe this as a part of the team during the hackathon.
Okay, so the whole idea was we knew that there is an like isolated chip inside Apple devices called Secure Enclave. So you do know there are some solutions called like cold wallets and hot wallets. If it's in your browser and if you can basically connect it to internet and then interact with DeFi applications, it's a hot wallet. If it's something like a USB stick, like Ledger, it's basically a hardware wallet, which the keys are basically embedded inside the processor. So we knew that Apple has an isolated processor chip inside it, which basically acts like a cold storage. And the idea was to bring the P256 curve and then allow this chip to sign transactions, but never ever export the keys, so that we can basically turn an Apple device into a hardware wallet. Upon that, we have started building this solution on top of Optimism's OP stack. Because it was super customizable. So we have built a solution on top of OP stack and actually deployed our own chain during a hackathon to allow these signatures to be verified. After that hackathon, there was like, it actually brought a lot of sound to ecosystem, and everyone was like, oh yeah, we should do that because it's like, this is a big leap towards the mass adoption. So we have started discussing with multiple parties, including our lead investor, Matter Labs, which do really care a lot about the native account abstraction. They do support it in the protocol level. That's how we started to, I don't know if it's a word, but that's how we started to productionize our hackathon project. It's probably not a word, but it's pretty self-explanatory. But yeah, that's how we did it. And now today, we are not just a hackathon competitor, but also a business that is trying to enhance a product that will bring blockchains to the next level.
My congratulations. You recently raised a round from these great companies like MetaLabs, Safe, Lambda Class, Mirana Ventures, and private investors like Peng from Scroll. How did you raise this money? How much did you raise? And everything about this round of investments.
Yeah. First of all, thank you. It's really an honor for us to onboard these both institutional and angel investors to our board, to be honest. So after the hackathon, as Rafi mentioned, the project was naming Clave back in base as a hackathon project. Actually, it really gets super hype on Twitter, and everyone was asking about the product, what's the technical solutions behind it, and we found ourselves to discussing this solution with so many venture capitals, so many researchers, so many blockchain development companies in the space. And as Raf said, we realized that this needs to be turned into a product because we can do really amazing stuff with this technology on top of it. So first one, actually, we actually started to talk with MetaLabs, like this is something we have found and how we can improve it. We were talking about in a technical manner, how we can use this on ZKsync. It was just a pure like collaboration and research stuff at the beginning. But after that, after we decided to turn into a product, MetaLabs was super supportive for us in order to put a vision for this product, in order to discuss the alternatives, how we can put this into a market. So this is the one of the reason why MetaLabs lead this round, because they were with us like at the beginning. And after that, as I said, we have discussed with lots of venture capitals and we got quite interest from them to invest to us. But I think we made a strategic decision about this round, and we decided that we are very early stage. We are at a very early stage, and this is something technical that needs to be improved. So we need to find partners like as an investor to work with. That's why we have got investment from MetaLabs, Safe, and Lambda Class. And also Mirana is a venture, but we were talking with them a lot about the research part in the technical stuff, and they were super involved in the ZKsync ecosystem as well. So that was the theme of the actually the investment round. As I said, those are not just investors, they are the parties that we are building together. Like Lambda Class, they are actually working on the pre-compiles to enable us to work on the ZKsync, and we have now contributed with the EIP to that field. And when we come to the angels, they were actually really discussion partners for us, again, for the production phase. So it's super great to get these investments from these parties. And I don't remember if I mentioned this, but we have raised in pre-seed round with 1.6 million. And as a team coming from Turkey, getting accepted by the global community, it's really super impressive and honorable action for us, to be honest.
What are the main spendings you'll do to make Clave grow?
Yeah, so since we are pre-product company, the main spending is basically going for the salaries and for the team growth. Apart from that, following the public release of Clave, it will be probably going to incentivizations for the community to onboard the next billion users to crypto, which we are confident about ourselves that we will be doing that.
Yeah, everyone want to bring next billion users.
Probably not the billion. But we are expecting million pretty soon. So let's see.
So how to get the first 1,000 users?
We already have 2,000 users, even though the application is basically being gate capped by a waitlist code. Because of Ethereum Denver, we were the main wallet sponsor there. So already 2,000 users have been onboarded to Clave with these special codes that we have distributed in Denver and also Istanbul Dev Connect. So yeah, we do have a waitlist of 150k users. I think it's now 170. But yeah, so following the public release, we will be distributing codes to those first, and then we'll do a public launch. Yeah.
So, what did you do to achieve this number of followers? I mean, users and people who are waiting for your product.
Just won the hackathon, I guess. That's that was the like no additional effort. But I don't know, Baki, did you do anything to bring that like 170 that I do not know?
Yeah, again, to be perfect honest, I am totally agree with Rafi. Actually, what we have done in the hackathon and after that, the publishing the EIP part was the main driver of the attention to Clave. So we didn't do any extra marketing on top of that because people actually saw that this is something new and it can really work. So I need to be the first one to try. That's why they came to us. Other than that, we didn't do anything. But for the first 100 and 200 user, we actually did something, which is actually, as you have also experienced during the Dev Connect, it was on the testing phase, but during the ETHDenver, we were on the mainnet. So we actually designed the payment experience so that user can come to our booth, download Clave, get some tokens as a quest. We can maybe talk about the ETHDenver part and then spend them on Clave with sponsored transaction, so that we actually provided an experience for user to test Clave. That was super helpful because we got lots of feedback from this flow, and it was beneficial for both us and the user because they used Clave and they also get some merch for free. So it was a win-win situation.
Yeah, I remember your zkBazaar in Istanbul, and it was great. And there I had the opportunity to test Clave, and yeah, I had good experience. That's why I'm sure that everybody also had. About Ethereum Denver, what did you expect, and how was it in reality?
Yeah, I have attended Denver while Rafi didn't come, so I can maybe explain what we have done over there. So first of all, actually, after Dev Connect, after zkBazaar, we actually started thinking with the ZKsync, with the Amy, because she helped a lot to organize all of these efforts. Maybe we should do something similar to zkBazaar during ETHDenver. Then we started to talk with the ETHDenver team and they accepted us as an official wallet of the ETHDenver. So what we done is with the collaboration with ZKsync, IYK, Clave, Summon, ETHDenver and few other parties, we actually planned a payment experience and quest experience. So when any ETHDenver attendees come to ETHDenver hall and visiting the booths, they actually first coming to our booth, getting their access codes and creating their Clave account. And after that, every ticket, every name holder of the attendees was actually NFC tag. And they can create IYK account by just tapping their phone to their badges and start earning points by quest. Quest was like, go to ZKsync booth, go to Clave's booth, go here, go there, attend this talk, meet with this person, and you are going to earn Beetle tokens. And the way to spend these tokens was using Clave. They were minting tokens to Clave accounts, and since we are supporting sponsored transaction, they were able to spend all of these Beetle tokens without paying any gas fee. So actually, they don't need to fund their wallet. They can just spend the Beetle tokens. And IYK team organized the Beetle shop. It was actually like a zkBazaar, but a different team. Like there were some skateboards, Chris Dixon's new books, some.
Yeah, of course, his book.
yeah.
Of course.
Everywhere, to be honest. It was everywhere on the.
yeah, they're good in distribution.
Yeah, definitely. And there were some Pudgy Penguins, flashes, etc. Any attendees can download Clave, earn Beetle tokens, and spend them at the Beetle shop. And by doing so, we actually experienced so many different devices using Clave, which is important because, as we described, Clave is utilizing the hardware level of the phone. So the more phone model, especially in Android, that we test is the better for us because we have seen different bugs, different conflicts between password managers, iOS of the phone, etc. But luckily, we have fixed, I guess, almost every bug, and we are preparing for the next phase by releasing a new version.
What do you expect to get, and what did you get in reality?
Our expectance was around to distribute Clave to the people and observe them while using Clave. And for this part, it was super helpful, and we super satisfied with the solution. Because as I said, people were coming to our booth, getting access code and onboarding the Clave in front of our eyes. So we were witnessing what they are doing, if there is a problem, when there is a problem, what are they doing to solve it. So because we are trying to understand how users interact with this new technology. So one thing I observed is since Clave is just one-click onboarding, sometimes people doesn't realize that it's something innovative, because I believe the attendees of the ETHDenver was not only crypto users as power user, developers, etc., but there were, I guess, so many, like as we call normies, like they are just knowing about Bitcoin, Ethereum, but they didn't use any wallet, etc. So when we explained them how Clave works, it was super eye-opening for them, because they didn't know what is hardware wallet, what is seed phrases, what's private key, what is the thing behind the scene. So we actually see that how normies use Clave and also how the crypto power users use Clave. So it was a super testing focused experience for us. And I guess it was both successful and satisfied by us.
Do they have similar user flows or different between normies and crypto users?
When crypto power users onboarded the Clave, they actually understand what happened, and it was more impressive for them than the normies, because they understand that, wow, I don't have seed phrase right now, because they know what seed phrase is and they know how our EIP works, how passkey works, so that they were super amazed by the technology. But of course, they are asking about how they can use this on other chains, how they can fund their wallet, how can they use Clave in the DeFi. But for the normies part, after they onboarded, first they always ask how to send money to Clave. This is something that we are currently working on, by the way. We want to enable both fiat on-ramping and crypto on-ramping, again, in a most elegant and easy way. And the normies are actually more into the nicknames, sending money, sent with links, because it was, as I said, it was like a fintech features that we have brought into the wallet space. So anyone can have a nickname, send money to nickname, send payments with links or requests with links. So when they see all of these in a crypto application, they actually amazed, because some of them said that, yeah, this is something that I can use really, because it's not that complicated and it's something that I am familiar with. So these are the two different approach for the product actually.
Do you think users must understand technologies underlying of the product or not?
As Baki mentioned before, Clave is running on top of ZKsync era. But we don't even want our users to know that the application is running on ZKsync era. All we want them to know is Clave is the cheapest option when you compare with either other wallets or other banks actually, and it's the fastest. So if you want to, so if you try to send a fund to your friend, like a friend abroad during nighttime, it should probably take a couple of hours to basically get accepted by that, like for that transfer, and then for your friend to see the funds, it's maybe like sometimes it's even couple of days. So what we are trying to achieve here is basically allow like everyone in the world to be able to send funds, receive funds, make investments, and have these opportunities as much as anyone else in the world within seconds without giving any identity right now. And So and for the cheapest option possible out there. So we don't even want them to understand blockchain, nor actually they don't have to know Clave as a crypto application. All they need to know is this is a fintech application. This is the cheapest one, fastest one, and also while doing so, you do not have a risk of leaving a PTSD for FTX exchange. So you might remember like the importance of non-custody. People are forgetting super fast, but so today, like I'm seeing everyone shilling centralized exchanges all over again in the crypto world. They're forgetting too fast. There's always a risk to lose your funds if the company you are trusting is not solvent. So the importance of non-custody is not only important for crypto, but for the finances all over the world, and even for the data of you hold. But I think as the first part, finances and the personal finance is the first matter that users should be concerned while giving out their custody.
So, do your relatives and friends use Clave?
Yeah, my dad actually does, and he found a couple of bugs in Android. Actually, he bought his first Bitcoin with Clave. He's okay. I hope my dad does not watch it, but I need to calculate his age. He's 61 years old, and he actually he uses online banking on a daily basis to make some basic investments, but he has never used crypto, not in a centralized exchange nor in a non-custodial wallet. I've gave him a waitlist code. He opened the account in probably 1 second. As Baki mentioned, he was not super shocked because this is what happens when you open an account in the Web 2. But if he was a Web 3 user, he would probably be shocked. And then I have sent him money, a couple of dollars with a link, and then he bought Bitcoin inside the application. Then there was a bug. This is months ago. There was a bug which prevented him to log in back to his account, and Bitcoin was going up. He actually called me and said, "Okay, so you made me bought Bitcoin. Now I'm red pilled. I should be around 30% in profit, but I cannot access to my account." I was like, "Dad, we just released the Android version and there are tons of bugs. I don't know what's the problem. I need to take your phone and then debug it." He was it probably took a week to solve the bug, and for a week he was always "Okay, so you have a good application. It's fast, but I cannot access my funds." I was like, "Yeah, that was $2 or $3." So that was the I'm now 30 years old, and it took after 10 years probably my dad actually got angry on me because of something that I made fail.
It was super stressful for us, by the way, because Rafi was mentioning this situation every day in our Slack. So we need to fix this. My dad is pressuring to me, but we have fixed it.
Yeah, you meet your user face to face and see these problems. And you, Baki, do your relatives or friends use Clave?
Yeah, actually, currently my wife, my brother, and my mother has Clave. So most of the time I'm using my wife as a testing user because he knows a little bit about crypto because I'm talking about it all the time, but she does not any practical experiences. She doesn't have any non-custodial account, etc. So every time we got a new release, we are sending to her and making her to try it, test with the money, send with links. So what she's doing, how she's reacting to wordings, if she is understanding or not. So most of the time I'm coming back to Slack. No, Esra didn't understand it. We need to change because this is something weird. Only we are understanding this jargon, etc. And also, as Rafi did, I have sent a link to my mother and just asked her to download Clave on Android store and just click the link and open account, claim the money. And to be honest, she's again not super surprised because she didn't understand what she is doing. But it was great to see that she did it by her own. She did manage to open a crypto account and got the money from the link. So now my mom has crypto. So that's a good part. Yeah, if we can maybe educate them a little bit, or maybe abstract the blockchain part totally away, so it would be super good to onboard everyone like this.
My dad was saying, so I have never bought a crypto because I know how hard it is to be onboarded into a centralized exchange. Like you have to take yourself, like you have to take a selfie of yourself with an identity card and like act like you're smiling and the date written on the paper. Yeah, it's weird. But like, imagine a like a word of mouth that is being told out there says like you can scan your face, you have the account, send money to this IBAN or like pay with your credit card, and you have the crypto inside the application. You can do whatever you want. We do not need your identity. We do not need anything from you, and you can use it like down on the road for anything. You can send it. You can use nicknames instead of like 0x blah 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 addresses. So I think that's the part that will surprise them. Just because like we are developing it, maybe they're even thinking like, just because my son is developing this application, they're not asking for my identity, but maybe they will. So it might probably be more surprising and shocking for the elder people, let's say, not for the normies only, but for the elder people to buy crypto in the coming days.
Is it true that Clave in Turkey is the most popular crypto startup?
Clave is definitely one of the most popular crypto startup, at least in current days, because we have built a product which is super got super interest from the global community. We have published an EIP and work with the Ethereum Foundation and like companies like MetaMask, Polygon, Optimism, and everyone. Everyone is talking about our EIP, so it was a super brand awareness for us. And also we have just announced an investment, and just, I guess, a couple of days ago, we got accepted by one of the most prestigious accelerator in Turkey, organized by QNB Finance Bank. So when we combine all together, yes, to be honest, Clave is super popular right now. But luckily, we have few other startups emerging from Turkey and showing some global acceptance, like Citrea, like Parable, and more. It's good to be not alone in this space, but it's also great to get this attention from both local and the global parties.
At DevConnect in Istanbul, I was lucky to meet your team, some team members, and you looked very united and charged for success. How did you manage to build this team?
I think that's the biggest strength of our team, to be honest. We know each other for a long time now, not as a friend only, but we were actually working all together. I know Baki for years. I know all the developers for years. I know all the business people for years. We have been working for like really big companies, both in Turkey and also in the crypto ecosystem, to be honest, like the projects that everyone knows. We are the development power behind them as a third-party company, not as a core team, but like we were actually developing a lot of stuff and then hacking during hackathons just to travel all over the world. We have won a bunch of hackathons, to be honest, in Istanbul, in Bogota, in Paris, and in a lot of places. And once we decided to make Clave a product of its own and then build a company around it, it was like an immediate decision to create the team. And the team is actually like, luckily, and I know Baki, and Baki is also super appreciated about that, because like we are talking about it from time to time. Every member of the team is 100% dedicated. Like in a normal startup, imagine a founder would be dedicated like 90% or 95% of their time to a project. Our every employee, co-founder, everyone is basically like almost 100% dedicated to this project. They're not sleeping. They're sometimes sleeping. Our social life is not that good, to be honest. And we are probably 24/7 hacking if we are not down on a travel path or something else.
Yeah, I guess one of the reasons we can do that, our team is super young and super ambitious about crypto. So to be honest, I'm not sure how we are looking, but Rafi and I are kind of super old for our team. The rest of the members are like 23 in average. Like
Yeah, I'm not
Rafi.
that old, by the way. Just Like you can
But
talk
you are
about
close to me. So it's super good because they are both young, but they are super ambitious. They are super responsible people. So it's really difficult to combine all of these together. And as Raf said, I'm super lucky to be part of this team. If their energy is actually like pushing us as well, because it's not easy to really 100% focus every time to a project you are working on. So there are some challenges, there are some good times, bad times, so you cannot keep up this trend. But as I said, this energy, these young people are actually bringing a lot to the team. So it's super to work with them.
I really want to like say something from like inside my deep heart, and I know like Baki will actually approve it like a lot. While you face a problem, like we do it on a daily basis. Sometimes it's like there are some bugs that is super hard to solve because like we are using a new technology and there's not any resources down in the internet, or like there is a problem with the company and stuff. You always know that you're not alone. Like you can basically, you do know that if you're thinking about this problem, if it's making your sleeps go away, it's making the same to all of the team. And if you cannot find a solution, someone else will do. That's a great luxury to have in a startup.
What is more important in Web3 to grow? Having money or broad network?
Okay, let's answer this separately, Waki. I would say network probably. I mean, of course, you do need both, but I think network is a bit more important than money, because if you're talking about crypto native projects, I'm not talking about something like Clave that tries to bring Web2 into Web3. But if you're building a product specifically in Web3, it's really small community, and the network is probably a must to be successful in blockchain. So I would probably suggest going as much as hackathons, as much as networking events out there. I'm not talking about the centralized exchanges events or like some kind of weird parties. I would highly suggest you attending to Ethereum Global, ETHCC, like Ethereum Barcelona. There are tons of like DevConnect, DevCon. Those are must to make a network.
I think I agree with Rafi. It's obvious that you need to have enough money to actually push your product further for the growth phase, because to be honest, growth is super challenging in Web3 and everyone pouring money here. So you need money, it's for sure. But while developing in Web3, you need to somehow, distinguish from the noise. There are lots of products, all of them claiming to do some improvements, claiming that they will enable next 1 billion. Everyone's saying that, but only few of them actually do that. So if you have network and is your product, of course, if your product is good, and actually few suggestion from the trusted people in the space would actually contribute a lot to your brand awareness. Because if they contribute your product with feedback, if they contribute your brand awareness with saying that, yeah, I tried this and this really looks distinguished, this really looks good, you should try it. I'm not talking about, of course, the influencer part. I'm talking about, like, I don't know, people like Vitalik. So Vitalik mentioned Clave twice in his blog. So it actually it was super helpful for us to actually show us on the global stage, because everyone thought that, yeah, Vitalik mentioned this project, this can be good, we should look for it. So this is actually a like approved brand, stamp for us. And I think it's super important, at least for the early stage, because in the early stage, you need some external factors to boost your brand and product. If you are successful enough, you can continue by yourself at the later stage.
Do you have any haters of Clave?
I guess not. I'm not sure, but probably
not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, maybe after the public launch.
Yeah.
I don't know, Rafi. Are you thinking about someone?
No, like everyone has haters, but I think they're not visible enough right now.
Yeah, maybe we should wait. What can you recommend to people interested in blockchain but don't know where to start? You mentioned hackathons, you mentioned events, network events. What else? What else can you recommend?
Doing a lot of readings, I guess. Like watching videos and doing a lot of readings. There are really good resources, including our researcher Doğan. He's a great guy, and I think his content is also good. There are tons of content creators out there on a technical wise, but it depends on where you want to be going in the blockchain space. If you want to be a developer, you would probably start with the Solidity documentation. But I would highly suggest you to know another programming language first, to be honest.
I think I would suggest to be present in the crypto ecosystem, because even if it expanded in the late years, but I think it's still a small community. So if someone is worthy enough, if someone is doing some worthy, I don't know, research papers, publishing some small projects, asking questions, even if the Discord or Twitter, if everything is legit, someone will notice him or her, and some way to reward them. Because I think crypto is still very rewarding space. Sometimes I'm talking about grants, I don't know, airdrops, etc. Some people are hiring from Twitter. When I mentioning all of these to my other friends working in different fields, they are super surprised. They say how they are giving money to you to just build something, and they will not benefit from it in a business wise. So what's the situation here? What's the catch? They are asking. But it's actually, there is no catch. It's something how the community shaped the project, and project shaped the community. So I think doing anything would be a good starting point. But while doing it, everyone should be on publicly build it, publicly publish it, publicly talk about it. Eventually it will turn out something good, I think.
How do you relax? What do you read? What do you listen? Maybe what do you watch to relax and to have your time?
Yeah, boxing in VR, punching each other faces, VR glasses, flaky, but yeah. I think
Yeah, VR is something we are started to obsessed as a team after ETHDenver. So we are trying it a lot with our Oculuses, etc. It's good, to be honest. And also, I just noticed yesterday, if I watch a YouTube video on VR with my Oculus glasses, I can focus 100% better. I can advise this to everyone to just try it if they have glasses. It's like out of the topic suggestion, but it was good. To be honest, I don't have any structured way to relax, but generally, if I'm too stressful, I generally watch Lord of the Rings or Friends just to clear my head. I know all of the replics, I know all of the scenes coming, but it's actually like providing me a comfort. Like I'm back in the days in a very less stressful position in university watching all of these. It reminds me those days. So I am generally escaping something that I liked in the previous.
And Rafi, maybe you have some advice how to relax from technologies.
Gym is obviously a great option. That's what I do. At least I'm like 3 times a week, sometimes 4. It takes my mind out of the business and the monitor. And also, this is my personal choice that I'm also inviting Baki all the time and the team. But Daria, if you come here, we would be really appreciated. I like doing barbecue in the garden. That's kind of my like favorite hobby out there.
Oh my God, might be very tasty. Yeah.
Lots of kebabs.
maybe at RCC in Brussels if you attend. I'm sure you'll attend. Yes, this event. Yeah, so maybe we can organize some barbecue party and
Yeah, would be awesome.
share some local cuisine and everything. Yeah, so great. Thank you very much, guys. It was really exciting and really inspirational, I'm sure, for all viewers.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for the invitation. It was super enjoying moment for us. I hope that what we all tell here somehow inspires people, or at least convince them to use Clave as a new product. So just wait for our launch.
Yeah, thanks for having us, Daria. It was amazing. This is like probably the best moment that I will have today when I'm comparing this with other meetings that I will have on the technical side. So it was great and it was refreshing, to be honest.
Yeah, thank you, guys, and see you later.